My name's Jason Heller. This is my wife, Kathy, and we own Tint World in Wilmington, Delaware. We've been open just about a month this week. So I first heard of Tint World through a Facebook news feed, actually almost 5 years ago. And I looked into it then, and then life happened. And over the last year, I started thinking about it again and started talking to the franchise development guys again. And that's when we decided to commit to it and move forward. The day that we made the decision was on Discovery Day, after meeting with Charles and the team at the headquarters. And the biggest factor, I think, was the marketing expertise, and especially the website side and search engine optimization. That's what really sold us, was the focus on marketing. The training program is very inclusive, so there's topics that would help everybody with no experience in the industry, or even people that have been in the industry for a very long time. Both the in-classroom training and the in-store training, which I thought was invaluable, just kind of refines what you learn in the classroom and lets you bring that into your store, and you feel comfortable opening on day one. The process of opening a store was actually much faster than I thought. There was a lot to do every day, very demanding, but it led to this, and here we are in the community.
There's a big community around here, a very community sense, even with the businesses on the street. They're very helpful, they're very supporting in us and with the opening process.
When we first started looking into the Tint World opportunity, we did a little preliminary research on property in the area and spoke to several brokers and weren't able to find anything, actually. And then within a couple of days of actually signing our franchise agreement, Jeff Stark reached out with this building. It's the only building we looked at, and it was perfect for us. It's about 5,000 square feet. We're at a great intersection with a lot of traffic, and I don't think we would have found it without Tint World's help.
We drove here in a snowstorm.
We did, to look at it for the first time, because we were so excited that there was a location available for us. So the hiring process was probably my biggest concern through the entire process, was making sure I found the right people and quality people. And frankly, it took a little bit longer than I hoped, but there was great support from the operations team in things as simple as the way to word ads to attract the right talent. So in the same week, I actually found my entire team. They all came in, both very experienced in the industry and with the market in this area. So we found them through, I think both of them through Indeed, through the help of the Tint World operations team with how to target those ads so that the right people saw them. My favorite thing that we do here, I would have to say, is wraps. Either color change wraps or graphic wraps, because it just completely changes the car to look different than it did when it came in. It's 100% transformation. So that's probably my favorite thing we do, because the car leaves looking completely different than when the customer brought it in. So my plans with Tint World, first, of course, to build the business in this location. But from my Discovery Day on, I've always thought that I want more than one Tint World location in this area. Ideally, maybe 2 or 3. So after we build this location and it's performing the way that we want it to, I do plan to look for a second spot where we can open another store. My background is mostly in retail operations, training, and actually new store openings, which made the process fun for me. My biggest area of opportunity, I would say, as an owner, is the marketing side of things, which I think is Tint World's overwhelming strength. Pairing my strengths with the corporate strengths and the franchise's strengths just make me think that we're going to be successful. And once we do it once in this location, I think it'll be something that's very easy to replicate and continue building our footprint. My words of wisdom after going through the process are to, number one, be patient. Things certainly don't happen at the speed that you want them to. There's a lot of moving parts. And number two, in the end, looking back, just trust the system. It's worked over and over again, and be patient, and it will all come to where you want it to.
One of the things that was most helpful for you was the support of the other Tint World owners. Like, you got a lot of advice, a lot of, just when you were having, like, Kingston opening the store, leaning on the other owners. It's a very good community, a very supportive community that you got a lot of advice and a lot of just calming
And it definitely is a community, and everyone I've reached out to is more than willing to, 24 hours a day, literally, are willing to offer their advice and give you solutions if there's something you can't figure out. So it really, the community of owners, the support from them is incredible. So one of the local marketing things we're doing is a sponsorship with our local minor league baseball team, the Wilmington Blue Rocks. So for the next 2 seasons, we're sponsoring a nightly contest that they offer where they identify the dirtiest car in the parking lot, and we provide them with a free wash here. And then as part of that promotion, they're talking about us several times every game about all the services we provide. We're on their radio broadcast, we're in their program, and then we get several nights a year where we can bring the wrapped Tint World truck and set up a display outside as customers or fans are coming in, right, tables in the concourse. So it's, we get to market to their fans on so many levels, their Facebook page, them tagging us and stuff, promotions at the game, and then having physical event space at games. So leading up to finalizing the decision for Tint World, of course we looked into a couple of other franchise opportunities before I decided that this was the one that I can be passionate about every day going forward. And one of the deciding factors, besides the brand and the products, of course, was the investment. And the Tint World investment just seemed like something that was much more achievable for us and more realistic for us going forward. So definitely the negotiation on pricing with the vendors, the volume buying that we get, I think it more than pays for the franchise fees. I think we're getting a much better value than you could ever get by doing this on your own, just in the negotiated pricing alone, not to even mention all the other support you get from the franchise. I love owning a franchise because I believe it's going to lead to the lifestyle that I want. I believe in being active in your community, and I think once the right team is built, I'm able to spend more time in the community, building the business, interacting, volunteering, and having more of an impact on the community, which is harder to do when you're working in a typical corporate job.